being a person who is helping person with these products, I have come across so many persons who are struggling with so many different ailments. And cancer is certainly one of the biggest challenges that we have to, that we are helping with people with. And I am grieving too, because even as recently as 2 weeks ago, one of my very good friends in Mandeville lost his life from, from colon cancer. And when I spoke with him, he told me that it was at stage 4 and all of this. And I feel it too, because, he didn't get a chance to even benefit from the product. Look, these products helped me because I was pre-diabetic. I was overweight. I had a large stomach. And even as I mentioned about my friend, when I look back at some of his pictures, one of the things that I noticed was that large stomach that he had. And the truth of the matter is that nobody knows what is in that stomach. Nobody knows the condition of your colon. And here we have products. We have the detox tea. We have the mushroom. That if we consistently utilize these products, one thing for sure, I know the colons are going to be clean. I know the cells are going to be clean. And I am very passionate about this because tomorrow, the 10th of March, will also be my mother's birthday. She passed long before she reached 50 from cancer. Now, these definitely are too much of an important reason for me not to, help people get these products into their hands so that they can improve the quality of their life. The products were the CEO, you heard about his story, gastric cancer, weighing over 425 pounds, and he was able to overcome, all because of him also utilizing these products. So what we are saying to individuals on this call, that look, prevention is better than cure, right? We're also saying that if you find yourself in such a position, do as much as you can, get as much of these products, utilize them, because if you can arrest those cancer cells, if you can get the body into get those toxins out of your body, you would never know what results you will end up having. So I'm encouraging persons to be proactive, to take those actions, take the steps, and of course you will see the results as you prolong your life.
Absolutely, Sir Clinton Daly. An ounce of prevention, my grandmother always told me back in the day, is always better than a pound of cure. Let not your words be had I known. And so this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are still open for questions. You may be shy, but that's okay. No problem. Please pose your questions even in the chat. As you can type away. Feel free to do so. Don't be afraid to ask a question because you don't want to leave here and you don't get your question answered. Is it only cancer these mushrooms are good for? Absolutely not, Lady White. The mushrooms are very effective, as we have seen, in the fight against diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, any type of inflammation in the body, fibroids. We have had persons who, by using the mushrooms, the fibroids have disappeared. We have had persons who have seen 6 fibroids would have been reduced by 99%. So many great testimonies, So whatever your health challenge, get back to the person who invited you, and that person is well capable, well able to share with you what mushrooms you would need to start with so you can see the benefit. But of course, the tea precedes all of these mushrooms. It's best for you to have that cleanse of the system before you enter into the nutrients. So you can be, and the nutrients can literally be going into a clean system. Studies have shown a lot of diseases begin in the stomach. Yes, I saw that. All diseases starts in the colon. Yes, we have the mushrooms for health also. All right, right. How long should we drink the tea for? Great question, Sir Clinton Daly. I'm going to allow you, sir, to answer that question.
All right. So what I will say, Sir Christopher, is that it is recommended that you drink the detox tea for at least 6 weeks, 3 times a day. However, after you have comprehensively detoxified your body, we recommend that you also drink it once or twice a day for maintenance. So yes, I've been drinking this detox tea since April of 2021, and I have drunk it every day ever since. Why? Because one, I do not want to get back to where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, prevention is better than cure. If I continue feed my body with the nutrients that is also in the detox tea, and also at the same time removing whatever toxin that I am continuously being exposed to on a daily basis, then, drink it every day. That's what I would say.
Drink it every day. And what you must also know, Lady Martin and others, is that this tea is so gentle on the system.
Yes.
That a 6-month-old baby can consume it. Imagine that. Somebody asked the question, how much of the tea does one need for a comprehensive detox? A minimum of 6 weeks supply. Yes, so usually that's 6 sachets that gives you that initial comprehensive detox. But of course, what I may also say to you is that everybody's body is different. Case in point, I had a customer who, having had 6 of the teas, all she excreted from her body was just mucus. When she moved to the second 6 teas, she started to excrete from her system fecal matters that was as black as the hair on her head. It wasn't until the third 6 weeks that her fecal matters returned to normalcy. So each person's body is different, and especially if you have not had any thorough, cellular detox in all your life, then of course it makes sense to drink this tea. Listen, you have absolutely nothing to lose when you drink this tea every single day. All right, so that's the answer to that question. Other question, let me see here. Any other question? Which of the mushrooms are specific for inflammation that cause chronic pain? That would be the chaga mushroom, the reishi mushroom, along with the other product we have known as the ouch, right? So get back to the person who would have invited you, and that person. Yes, turmeric is an excellent natural product as well. But of course, we are yet to see any product or any set of herbs on God's green earth with the amount of antioxidants, phytonutrients, polyphenols, and microactive compounds that these mushrooms have. And let me also say to you, there are many places in the United States and Mexico that produces mushrooms. Let me tell you, the mushrooms that we have at Vida Divina don't come from any of those places. These mushrooms are specifically coming to us out of Japan, where the mushrooms are harvested in a forest over there in the best conditions. No wonder they are so rich in nutrition. In addition to that, Vida Divina, being the company that it is, we do have a certificate of approval from the FDA, meaning they would have visited the farm over there in Asia. They would have visited our manufacturing plant in the United States, that's in California. And when they looked at everything that we're producing and what we say they are intended to do, they say, hey, listen, man, what we see is very clear. Go ahead. So right here, for sure, you have certified organic medicinal mushrooms, and that is why I keep using the Vida products, because I know that they are indeed authentic. Somebody's asking another question. That is the one for pain. All right, great job, sir, Don Rogers. Let me see here. Okay. My mom live in Japan, beautiful country. Janice, yes. All right, so we seem to have exhausted all the questions, all the comments. And so, Lady Martin, it is just for you to tell us thanks for being here this evening, and when we will return again. And this race? Okay, go ahead, Lady Martin, please unmute that person. Mr. Henry Bryan, go ahead.
You're being asked on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good night. How are you?
Good night, sir. Blessings to you. Happy to hear from you.
Yeah, man. I'm just asking if these mushrooms can eliminate brain tumor.
Mr. Henry, let me tell you something. So far as I know, with these mushrooms, all things are possible. In addition to the mushrooms that were mentioned tonight, if you're struggling with a brain challenge like a tumor, you could also add to that the lion's mane mushroom. So you would have heard tonight about the reishi, the shaga, the cordy, the turkey tail. I would suggest to you that you add to that, if you're going to make a purchase, the lion's mane. And make sure when you are getting the reishi, make sure it's a spore oil, because the potency in terms of the value that it brings to the body, it is really second to none. So what I will say to you, sir, I can't say it will eliminate it, but I know for sure that it will have some positive impact on the tumor that is currently in your brain.
Okay, because I did a brain tumor surgery in 2014.
Yes.
And the doctor said they see a treatment. The last MRI I did, they said they see a treatment like going back. So
yes, sir.
I want to know what that the best thing to eliminate instead of going back to another surgery again.
Please, sir, feel free to consult with your physician, but the person who invited you here, please ask them to share with you these mushrooms, and you start using them on a daily basis. Get that detox tea to cleanse the system of the toxins, because of course, if there's a return of anything in the system, then it can only mean that your system is extremely toxic. And so a comprehensive cleanse will actually lay the foundation for the nutrients that you will receive from the mushrooms subsequently. So, get that package from that person who invited you and start ASAP. And I'm sure you will have good news for us shortly.
I'm currently on the 6th pack of the detox.
Yes.
So I will have to wait until I complete it. I will finish about Monday. Next month.
Monday. Yes.
Yeah. So can I start the mushroom immediately after?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Absolutely. So you start the reishi, you start the shaga, the cordy, the turkey tail, along with the lion's mane. Go ahead, sir, and see what that does.
Can I take them in combination? Or
yes, absolutely. You take them together. The reishi spore oil is a gel cap, so you swallow that. But like the turkey tail extract, the cordy extract, along with the lion's mane extract, you just add that to some water, stir it up and drink it, or you wanna, add it to your tea or your coffee or a smoothie, whichever way you wanna consume it. Just make sure it's a teaspoon of each, and you are good to go, sir.
Okay, thanks very much.
You are most welcome, sir. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. And the information is highly appreciated.
Indeed, my pleasure.
Right.
Bless you, sir.
Okay.
Sir Clinton Daly, you were excellent as usual. Lady Julian Martin, you were excellent as usual. Thank you so much this evening for joining us. Any other question? I see we do have time. We have 2 minutes to go. So if you have a question, if you have a comment, please raise your hand, and we'll be more than happy to accept the question. All right? If not, then of course, Lady Julian Martin, please talk to us.
Sir Thomas.
Okay,
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. A wealth of information.
No, just a moment, Lady
Oh,
Martin.
we have hands. We have hands. No.
You see these. You see, I like this. I like this. I see, Lady Valerie Ferguson, and also Lady
Perry.
Marvatine Perry. All right, go ahead, Lady Valerie. Lady Valerie, go ahead.
Good evening.
Blessings to you, ma'am.
Certainly enjoy the presentation. A question. For someone who have a lump in the breast, what would you recommend?
All right, so any type of lump in the breast, the person first and foremost has to go and get the mammogram done to see what it is, right? Once that is, done, then of course the doctor is going to say you have to do X, Y, Z. In addition to what the doctor is saying, we are suggesting to you that you get that reishi, you get your shaga, you get your cordy, and you get your turkey tail mushroom, along with the Televina detox tea. The tea is providing the comprehensive detox for sure, but then now you have the mushrooms that are designed specifically to eliminate the cancer cells, to stop the division and the multiplication of the cancer cells, and all of that is taking place in the system, and also to fuel your immune system against any type of adverse effect that may occur as a result of what is taking place. The more of these mushrooms that you take in daily, the better it is for you. And when I said the more, meaning all of the ones that we mentioned, and you have them daily for as long as possible. All right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. All right. Let's see now. We also have Lady Perry. Lady Perry, please unmute and take it away.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Blessings to you, ma'am.
Mr. Christopher, an awesome presentation you just shared.
Thank you very much, ma'am. My pleasure.
Yes, the question is, with all these mushroom names that you mentioned, we have to deliberately get it from your store, or you can find them in the store here, like to cook and stuff, or we have to use it directly from the diva, from your serving?
When you say here, where are you referring to?
To the store, supermarket, where you can, if you go to the supermarket and you see mushroom, if you can use it, or we have to use it from your direct store.
Very good question, Lady Perry. Thank you very much for that question. As I indicated earlier, all over the world, the people are producing mushrooms. Mushrooms are produced in Mexico. Mushrooms are produced in America. But of course, just like your fruits and vegetables, the method of cultivation is a little bit different from that which obtains in Asia, particularly Japan. For you to have, or for you to get the real benefits of the mushrooms must be in the best conditions possible. Not in some building where the building is covered, there is no sun, they are using ultralight, ray and all of these things to produce them. And so therefore what you get is a substandard mushroom. The mushrooms that we have, they have stood the test of time, I should say. Meaning that this is what these people live on. This is what really, constitute their diet. And so they make sure that the mushrooms are cultivated in the best possible climate. So, they are getting the rainwater, they are getting all the minerals they can get that is actually coming from the plants, all of that, because of course the trees are there and some of the mushrooms they grow on trees, and so they are also benefiting from those minerals. That is why these mushrooms, they are rich in the antioxidants, they are rich in the phytonutrients, they are rich in the polyphenols, they are rich in the microactive compounds, and all of these things. So what you're getting when you use our mushroom is that you are receiving all of the micronutrients that your body is currently lacking. And so because your body is lacking those micronutrients, that is one of the primary reasons for your ailment or whatever ailments they are that you are encountering, or anybody else. So what I would say to you is that it's best if you get the mushrooms that are available through us, because they are certified for these particular purposes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome, my love. Bless you.
Okay.
All right. Somebody's asking about cerebral palsy and epilepsy. That could be a neurological challenge. And so for us, we say, have the child, experience the detox. And having experienced the detox, you can have the person, you can introduce to this individual the lion's mane mushroom. The lion's mane mushroom is multifaceted when it comes down to cognitive function. So anything to do with, the brain, the improvement of brain cells, the improvement of brain function, the improvement of the growth factors in the brain, anything to do with the brain, the lion's mane mushroom is what you want to use to fuel that person's body. All right, so please reach out again to the person who would have introduced you to this stuff, and they'll be able to supply you with the lion's mane mushroom. All right, I think that's it. The people have, stood with us for the duration of the call and also the question and answer section. I just feel that there are a couple more people with some questions, but they're afraid to ask. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid. This is an information session. Under normal circumstances, you'd have to pay thousands of dollars to get this bit of information. However, we are providing this for you free this evening so you can make an informed decision. All right, so please don't be afraid to pose your questions. If you feel comfortable talking, raise your hand, we'll unmute you. If you're not a talking person or you feel like writing, please type in the chat and we're happy to answer your questions. All right, Lady Martin, floor is yours.
Sir Thomas, I think one of the questions unasked might be, I am already afflicted and I'm probably at 2 or 4. Does it make sense taking these mushrooms?
Very good question, Lady Martin. Let me tell you, Mr. Armand Puyol was struggling. He was at stage 4. The gastric cancer was so bad. The doctors gave him over. The doctor said, hey, you will not live. Can I tell you? He used the mushrooms for 6 consecutive months. When he returned to the doctors, they saw that the cancer was in remission. He continued to use the mushrooms. And can I tell you, he is now 14 years cancer-free. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 14 years cancer-free because of these mushrooms. So, irrespective of where you are, yes, irrespective of your stage, yes, ladies and gentlemen, these mushrooms have the necessary antioxidants, phytonutrients, polyphenols, and microactive compounds to help you to improve your overall health. Notwithstanding, there are some actions that you also need to take. You can't be using the mushrooms and still smoking. You can't be using the mushrooms and still, eating up all the sugars in the world. You can't be using the mushrooms and in the same breath, you are consuming all the garbage food. No, you have to now change your lifestyle, yes, and allow the mushrooms to do the things that they were designed to do. All right? So I hope that provided the answer that you're looking for to that particular question.